Um, yeah, and that is just showing the experience score here. Basically, is control basically brings it all up to a user and an experience score, and then from there you can see the timeline across that user space and see what websites have they went to, have they transitioned across different networks, are they transitioning across different devices, what apps are they running, how long are they on those apps, what UCC calls have they been on. This is kind of where it's all rolling up to in this employee view, which is pretty powerful.
Now everybody knows my network SID is tied to my favorite team, which isn't a big surprise.
Oh man, go Lions! Yeah, I forgot to blow that out. That's right. As I took you, but you had a fair experience that day, and what didn't show, unfortunately, I had it hidden by. Oh, here you go. I zoomed in, and your teams as in your physical endpoint, 26%. It broke down. You need to get a new laptop, man.
Perfect. No, that's a perfect example where we're using our cloud PC. I'm using
Yeah,
Zoom
that's a
and
good
Teams
point. Yeah.
anytime, like on and off all day long. And, one or if not both, sometimes really kick me in the pants, right? When we're doing those kind of things. So that's where things slow down. And obviously it folds into that UCC
Well,
conversation.
that's a good point too. We're both in our cloud PCs. We work full time out of our cloud PCs. We're in our cloud PC right now doing Zoom optimization, and we use it full time. So
Yeah.
that was his PC, though. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So let me advance the slide. All right. All right. So zero trust. Right. So it's a good tangent into this one. That's why we kind of ordered these this way, because zero trust has been around a long time, right? Zero trust is not a new concept. It's not a new term buzzword. It's been around for years now, right? Security teams have been talking about this for quite some time. So nothing new from that standpoint. It's just it's beyond beyond that contractor use case. So, as you see on the left here, it used to be about around contractors and those kind of things. That was the big one. Now it's everybody, right? It's all EUC, right? Anybody on a VDI, including the AI situation, right? We don't trust any of them. It used to be the trust, but verify. Now it's don't trust and verify, right? So don't trust anybody, right? So VDI endpoints, assuming the breach mindset, identity becomes the perimeter really from that standpoint, right? So any of these designs we're doing, there's usually there's many times something in play like an Illumio or something making it so east-west can't traverse easily, ransomware jumping from VDI to VDI, just not trusting any of them, right? So as you can see here in the middle, where that really becomes, especially in this AI situation, the scenario that Changes talked about, where all of a sudden the browser, they're getting to Chat GPT, they're getting to, Gemini, they're getting to all these other various sites for public LLMs and doing what they're doing. Now the enterprise browser really becomes that last frontier. Is kind of it really is that final frontier of zero trust, where a lot of the worst ugly things come into from the browser side, right? So DLP, the session controls. Again, it's a persona in EUC, meaning you don't need a full VDI if you're running SaaS web. There's a lot of situations where you don't need what's going to maybe legacy VDI from that side of things. Where you're just using the browser. And the ones that we deal with are the ones that we partner with and really talk to all the time. Is Island, is Google Chrome Enterprise and the premium side. Microsoft Edge for Business now is into this since Ignite, really picking up the pace there. And then Apollo has their Prisma browser. And what does that look like? Just to throw this in here, Citrix and Omnissa partnered with Google. So as you can see there in the middle here, Citrix and Omnissa. Citrix was doing their own enterprise Chromium based. All of them are Chromium based, right? Google's has the largest mind share of the market, right? They're the by far still is Google Chrome, 60, 70%, somewhere in there, right? So all of them are Chromium based that come in. Island is kind of the pioneer in this market. So they have the biggest name. They're a unicorn now. They've been doing it as far as the secure browser, whereas everybody else was just on the managed browser, just having, helping out there. But they really formulated this whole secure browser industry that we have today. So Island's in the mix. Palo, the number two was Talon. Talon was right behind Island there when they started that journey. Now Palo bought Talon, became the Prisma browser as far as that goes. So that enterprise browser space is key anymore to any of these conversations. It can never be left out, right? So that's where where we're doing today there. And then as you look over here, that continues into the full-blown SASE private access story, where it's not just the browser, but now you got to have some kind of access that isn't a full VPN. Still, if you do need access, you can still do the secure browser and combine it with private access without going full-blown VDI. Right. So this allows you from that situation, being able to have that, I guess, micro VPN, straight private access from the browser that's secured, and get back to internal resources that you need to get to without opening it up that, to a full VPN. The full VPN blew up during COVID. It's hard to dial that back. But now, especially with zero trust, that's where most are trying to get to, is where they're taking away that full VPN and trying to get to more of a private access story. So even though it's not on our list here, we run into Zscaler and its solution stack all the time. They cover all the bases, similar to like a Checkpoint Harmony. A lot of these that have a private access, they got a secure. They do inspection from an internet access standpoint. So we run into these all the time, really, from that standpoint. So, and then just on the Chrome side, since they are partnered with Omnissa and Citrix from that standpoint, they're a little bit unique where Chrome has their foundation, their core, and their premium. Foundations mainly the safe browsing, the sandboxing, the password control, and all that stuff. And then as you get into the fleet management, that's their centralized management. Some get that confused with, oh, it's free. Well, it's free, but it's just centralized management, right? It can help you with some of the extension stuff, managing managing everything from one point. Some policy enforcement, those kind of things, right? And then as you get in the premium features, which is Edge for Business doing their thing now and trying to do this, Chrome Island's been doing it straight away, right? That's been the baseline of the Chrome and the Palos with Talon, like that stuff has been built in from the very beginning. That's where you get into the granular DLP, threat prevention, context awareness, all those things, right? Which is, now with the AI situation, who's going where, controlling, not allowing them to go to certain public LLMs and do stuff there, and putting company data out there into those. So this browser use case is really become that, probably almost the most important use case anymore, it seems like. All right, so it's critical. It's not just contractor. It's as you get into the zero trust, it graduates to the private access, the secure browser working together, becoming this SASE model. If what we need in IT is more acronyms, we have them. So it's a stiff competition in the space, right? But again, it's the final aspect of this, taking it all the way down to the browser at the endpoint, just another persona. The ones that we're really, focused on as a company, again, Citrix and Omnissa. Citrix used to have their own. They deprecated that. Now they're looking to, it's partnered with Google, same with Omnissa, for their secure access transformation solutions, as they call them, for this. So helping out there, and then IGEL and some of the endpoint pieces that we work with for thin clients and that modern endpoint situation, they're jostling to partner up with these, right? So Island and IGEL are partnered together to do some really good things from that standpoint, to help eliminate, I should say, or help alleviate and a little bit of the VDI, legacy VDI use case for as much as they can. So that's becoming a key there. And then just quick reminder here, this one's big. There always seems to be still the legacy use case, right? So they're not a one silver bullet to solve all situations for all personas, right? So it's very rare that it seems like you can transfer everything to the secure browser use case and web SaaS, and you've got all your apps within that model, and you can do private access